Most people think that you need ads, a big audience, or thousands of followers, or multiple social media platforms to make good money online selling digital products. You don't. In fact, the system I use is completely free, extremely simple, and designed to work even if you only have a couple hours a day. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how it works step by step. But make sure you stay until the end because the last piece of this system is the most important, and it's the reason most people never make consistent sales. If we haven't met yet, I'm Kimberly Latona. I've built multiple income streams online and generated multiple six figures across different side hustles in different industries, all while raising three boys under 7 and traveling the world. So let me simplify this because most marketing advice is way more complicated than it needs to be. The first thing I want to say is why most people struggle with marketing. Okay, most people think the problem is I don't know what to post, or I don't know what kind of content to put out there, or I'm not good at making reels. But that's not the real issue. The real issue is they're trying to be everywhere. They're overcomplicating the strategy, and they don't have a system. Okay, so they end up posting randomly, posting like inconsistently, getting inconsistent results, and feeling like nothing is working. So, the simple system that actually works, instead of doing everything and being everywhere, I want you to focus on one simple system. Okay. This is your traffic, which is the content which is coming from the content that you're posting, either on Instagram or on YouTube or your favorite social media platform. My favorites are YouTube and Instagram. Then it's leading to your freebie, a free piece of content that you're giving people in exchange for their email address. Then they're on your email list. They're getting nurtured with your email sequence, which is already set up, it's automated, and then they're being directed to your offer, which is on your sales page. Okay, then you're making the sales. That's it. That is the best way to sell digital products online because it builds trust, it captures leads, and it converts consistently. Okay, so step one is the traffic, okay, the content. This is how people find you. And this is where most people get overwhelmed. They think that they need to be getting traffic everywhere all at once. Okay, they think that they need to be on TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, LinkedIn, all the places. And you don't really, okay? You just need to pick one platform and you need to master that one platform. Okay, so my recommendation again is YouTube if you want to do long form videos like this one, or training type videos, or if your product is complex or it requires explaining of like why they need it, I would recommend YouTube or Instagram for short form content. Okay, so for more simple products like guides, PDFs, something that someone can download easily and quickly and they understand what it is and how it will help them without a lot of explanation. Okay, so why? Because the goal is not just views, it's quality visibility. Views that turn into engagement and then into email subscribers and then into sales. Okay, so step two is the freebie. Okay, this is where you're capturing leads because you don't own the social media platform that you're posting on. Okay, you don't own YouTube, you don't own Instagram, you don't own Facebook. So instead of sending people directly to your product, you send them to a free resource. Why do we do this? Because most people don't buy immediately, and you don't want to lose that person just because you haven't built the trust yet for them to buy from you. And then they forget who you are and they never see anything of yours again. Okay, you don't want them to get lost into the abyss without you capturing their email address. Okay, so they usually need trust, clarity, and confidence. So your freebie bridges that gap and collects their email so that you can continue to build trust and value delivered through emails. Okay, and again, all of this is automated. So you have an email system, email sequence that is already it's set up and it's delivering even if you're sleeping, okay? Even if you're on vacation, even if you're doing whatever you're doing, okay? And that's why this works so well, is that it's all automated. Okay, if you want to see exactly how to set this up, your digital product, your freebie, your funnel, download my free Digital Freedom Business Blueprint below. You can find that in the link below, and it's free. Okay, so step three, this is email, and this is where the sales actually happen. Okay, this is the most underrated part of the entire system because your email list is where relationships are built, where trust grows, where sales happen. In fact, email marketing converts up to 40%, 40 times, not even 40%, 40 times higher than social media. Okay, that's a lot. Okay, when I say if I said 10 times more, like you'd be like, wow, that's a lot more. 40 times more than social media. Okay, because you're not fighting the algorithm or dealing with constant visibility chain challenges or competition. You can follow up with them. You can sell multiple items and increase your average customer value or your lifetime customer value. Okay, so Step number 4 is your offer. Okay, this is what you're selling. So this is where people usually overcomplicate things. They spend months and and years building products and making it professional looking and editing and doing all the things. But the best digital products to sell online are simple. Not massive courses, not complicated programs. You can start with a guide or a checklist, a mini course, a workshop, a masterclass, or a system that has gotten you or your clients results. Okay, especially if you're looking for digital products for beginners. Most of my clients start with a digital product that sells anywhere between $7 and $47. Okay? Okay. So the next thing I want to talk about is an optional shortcut. Okay. So if you're wondering how to start faster, or you don't know what product to start with, or you don't know what to sell, or you don't know how to come up with an idea, you can also use master resale rights. So, master resale rights is where you invest in a resource or like a course or a video course or some type of program, and you resell it for 100% profit. Okay. So, if you're learning how to use master resale rights online to earn online, this allows you to skip the creation part, sell an existing product that already has existing reviews and existing testimonials. And usually that comes with all of the assets like the website, the sales funnel, the emails, all of that, and keep 100% of the profit. But even with MRR or master resale rights, you still need the system, okay? Because digital marketing is what makes the actual money. So the biggest mistake people make, and this is the part that most people get wrong, okay? They try to use too many platforms. They try to be everywhere all at once. They create too many products, okay? And then they're scattered and people don't know what they're actually offering. You're confusing your audience, okay? And they follow too many strategies, okay? So a lot of people, they follow a bunch of different mentors, and all of these mentors probably have amazing, really great information and valuable content. But when you mix all of the strategies together, your results become diluted, okay? So it leads to overwhelm, burnout, and no results because you are trying to do too many things at once and you're spread thin and you burn out or you stop doing it or you aren't consistent anymore, or you're spread so thin that your efforts on one platform are not they're not concentrated, okay? They're diluted. So the people who succeed are like they do the opposite. They simplify. And so if you take anything away from this video, let it be this. You don't need more of anything. You don't need more content. Don't need more platforms. You don't need more tools. You don't need expensive software or more experience. You just need clarity, consistency, and a simple system. Okay. Because the people who win selling digital products online, especially in 2026, they're not doing more. They're doing less, better. Okay. And they're doing it with clarity. They're doing it with consistency. They're doing it with intention. So this is where most people struggle on their own, because even when you understand the system, I can be telling you all these things in the YouTube videos, and you can understand the system. It's still easy to second guess or lose focus or overcomplicate it again, which is why having a step-by-step roadmap and a simple automated system and ongoing support and accountability makes such a big difference. So if this sounds helpful to you, product funnels, product ideas, funnels, automations, support, weekly coaching, that's exactly what we build inside of the Digital Freedom Collective. Okay. But the best place to start is my free Digital Freedom Business Blueprint, which you can find below. Okay. So go download it, go download that. And if you want to see how this works, even without a website, watch this next video where I break down how I make full-time income online without a website. Because when you combine that with what you learned today, everything clicks. I'll see you in the next video.